This is Sparta!
Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Tanks. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we are going to be going over a lot of things. First and foremost, thank everybody who has sent me messages and on Xbox. I just got on today and realized how many people sent me a bunch of stuff on Xbox as well. So thank you all for reaching out and saying that you wish my father the best, and you guys are amazing. You really are. That being said, this is the winners episode for last week's giveaway. So our 5 winners are as followed: L Pig, Z Nobody, Squiz, aka 59 ANK Racing, Angst Walker, and Richard Jones. So make sure you guys leave a comment down below and let me know how you're going to contact me. And then you can contact me either by facebook.com/SpartanElite43, leave me a message there, or you can go into the forums and find me on the console.worldoftanks.com forums, and my gamer tag is SpartanElite43. So either way, get a hold of me. I will get you guys your codes, and enjoy. That being said, there is also a new thing in the description of my videos from here on out, and surprisingly I've already got one person who has went ahead and become my very first Patreon, and that person is Freddie Francisco Fernandez. So for those of you who don't know what Patreon is a site that allows people to make donations to a person who has made a page on Patreon. Now usually people will have Patreon and they will have special things that they give Patreon members for pledging a certain amount. As of right now, I have nothing like that. I'm just starting out. I cannot possibly go through and do all that stuff yet. Basically, what I'm going to use it for is there have been a few people that have asked how they can support the channel other than by sharing videos and stuff, and this is a way that you can do that. Everything that I get from Patreon is going to directly affect what I can do with the channel. I'm going to use it to increase quality of my videos, whether it be by, you know, the microphone I've already got set, so we're good there, but as far as like adding potential face cam in the future, lighting for that, anything like that. Right now the biggest thing is getting internet capable of uploading videos of a higher quality. So yeah, so anybody who donates to Patreon, there's a couple things that I'm going to try to do. One of them will be to start a kind of a credits at the end of the videos with each Patreon supporter's name if they want that. I haven't started doing it yet, so this is kind of the first thing. That way you guys kind of get your names out there because you guys are amazing. But everybody is amazing. This is no way a requirement. Nobody has to donate anything. This is just something that, you know, it's part of growing as a YouTuber because everything is so expensive and I cannot possibly afford it, you know, because I'm just a normal human being. I'm not a production team. I'm just me. You know, I work for a living. I do YouTube as a hobby, so it's not something that I can afford at the moment, and you guys can help with that. But again, it's not a requirement, so we're going to go ahead and move on to the next thing. Now, we're in the T100, and as you see, we're up to 5 pins now. We're working this E100 as best we can. Now, I try to track him there, and I bounce off his side skirt with that spaced armor. You know, that's the one drawback of the 100mm gun, is it just lacks the penetration power. But that's not going to stop us in this one. In fact, we're going to have quite the fun little game. Now, we do finally get a critical hit on his track, but it still didn't break his track. Now, there's a Panzerkampfwagen 7 here, so you notice I jumped straight over to using premium ammo because I know by the time I get there, I'm going to need it. Now, the thing to remember about the Panzerkampfwagen 7 is that we really have to make sure that we hit it in the back or the sides. We cannot be wasting ammo if it's looking at us. Now, our teammate, and there, as I say that, I immediately waste a premium shot into the ground twice. I had the side of his tank, so if I would have hit him, it would have pinned. But that being said, we're going to go ahead and hit his little outcropping. Where the turret meets the tank, there's a little spot that comes out, and that makes it easy to pin from certain angles. Now, our teammate dies, which is not preferable, which means that 128 mil gun has nothing better to shoot at except me. Luckily, he shoots the ground here, and then I'm like, okay, well, I'm just going to leave the Panzerkampfwagen until I can help this guy deal with this chieftain. So we're about to come over the ridge line and put the round in his backside, and then just drive away like we never needed it. So now the Panzerkampfwagen comes in to try to help his teammate. Little too late. Well, now he's given himself up. I ammo rack him with the very first shot. This late in the game, that's probably going to stick. So we put another round in his backside, and we are just going to be an absolute menace for this tank. Now we run into the dead tank. He starts looking at me. I'm not a fan, so I'm going to drive around and get over, using the terrain to stay away from him. And pow! Off goes his head. Off with his head. Now there are 2 tank destroyers and 3 arty left. There are 4 of us left. I don't like those odds. So I tell my team that I am going to go arty hunting. I feel like killing the arties at this point is a necessity more than a convenience, because they have the potential to absolutely ruin us while we are trying not to be shot by those tank destroyers. So I, using my superior arty knowledge, have a pretty good idea of where they're going to be. But just in case, I wanted to take a different route. Now I figure he's down to my right. As you can see, I'm looking down there the whole time, but because it's a monsoon, I forget. And then I about kill myself right here. That could have ended way, way worse. Now, we do get the spot on the arty, and I want to shoot him here, and then I give it a little too much gas and end up jumping, and that wasn't preferable. But we have switched back to regular rounds, and now I'm trying to bait him in here. I'm like, okay, now I just need to breed complacency. I want him to know that I'm not going to do anything crazy, and then I do something crazy, and then I pull out, he rushes a shot. I get extremely fortunate that that shot just barely missed me, and down he goes. I knew that even if he was fully loaded, that it would take him right around 8 seconds to get the second shot off. Maybe slightly less. So, we're missing another arty. So, where is he hiding? And, wait for it. Bing, there he is. Alright, so he was coming over to try to deal with me. Luckily, I caught him. He's never going to follow me with that turret. He should have been trying to e-brake, but that's on him, and I'm not going to interrupt the enemy while they're making a mistake. Now that leaves just me and a Patton, and the Patton just got popped. And I look at the Patton, and he's got no health. Now right here I have to make a decision. Do I go for the T95 and pray that we pull it off, or cap the base? Because I could potentially cap this base, not potentially, I could cap this base and win the match. But I make the choice to go back to go for glory. Who likes capping the base anyway? It's 2v1. I am telling this guy the whole time, please don't do anything crazy, don't get yourself killed. I will be there, and I will try to track him, because I know I can get his back. He's not going to one-shot me, likely. So, I've got more of a chance than he does. But I've already loaded the armor-piercing rounds. We've got 10 of them left, because I don't want to take a chance of bouncing stupid shots. And I take a stupid shot. He's hiding behind this. I want to make sure, sure enough, we do have his side. Now, I damage his track, but I don't actually track it. So now I've got to get away from that ginormous gun. The fact that they gave this thing an engine buff is no bueno. Now, I do track him here. Now, I tell the Patton, hey, I've got him tracked. You can come in and help. And then he gets his track fixed. I try to retrack him, but it didn't work. Now, the Patton's in trouble. He cannot get away from the front of that gun quick enough. And sure enough, it ends up catching him. Now, I know all I need is one more pin, and I screwed the pooch. Luckily, I still have his backside. I know he's going to try to drown me, but it's too late. An armor-piercing round through the flat backside of a T95 will kill every time. So, what do we end up with? We made 16 grand. We got 5 kills, 5,900 damage with 900 assisted. top of the leaderboard, not bad at all. So, if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.